Is it time for a grab bag?
Okay, I'm up for it. Is that what we got? A grab bag?
Well, I took a lot of time this time. I really have some great stuff. Are you ready?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's funny because I'm seeing the first album. If this is the first album, and I didn't pull one of these. I was going through the P's today, and I was, yeah, and I was like, oh, I know stuff about Tom Petty, but I don't know how much Dizzy knows. I don't know.
Well, this is Dizzy asking you.
Oh,
Remember?
okay.
This is my grab bag.
Okay. All
So
right.
Dizzy has an escape.
Well, I'm a big fan. Big fan. He was a big fan of the '60s bands. I mean, he did a cover of Needles and Pins. He's
Oh, he
done
covered
lots
some
of
of the animals, Eric Burton and the animal stuff
sure,
as
sure,
well.
sure. Yeah, yeah. But that's because that's where his heart was at. I mean, he liked all that kind of music, and emulated a lot of that as well. But he also did his own thing and had his own stamp on everything. And I've got lots of Tom Petty, and I can recommend Tom Petty. I listen to Tom Petty on Sirius and listen to Buried Treasures, and so that's one of the reasons I know that's because on Buried Treasures he pulls out a lot of, the old hits of the '60s, and that's where that's what he loved, and Mudcrutch was his first band, and they, he learned a lot through that, and a lot of the songs later on his regular albums were done by Mudcrutch. I mean, he had already brought him out to LA or whatever, but he got the no. And I think it was Leon Russell that helped him out as far as getting him started with his Shelter Records. But, you know, all they wanted was Tom Petty. They didn't want his other members of his band, and it was like another one of those deals where he had to work it and bring in new players, and um, luckily he found some very fine players.
Oh, he had a top band.
Yeah.
Come on.
But
I'm not going to pull out names, but that was a top band.
but a lot of interesting stuff. The stuff he did with Damn the Torpedoes, just and that he started out, with, I think it was not American Woman. I'm going blank on that first hit, but he came out to the Northwest and played like the local clubs. The guy I bought my house from had been an opening act for Tom Petty at the Hall of Fame, which was just a small little club in the U District. So, they caught on pretty fast. People started, I think it was his second album that things really started taking off for him. But he was fire on that Damn the Torpedoes, and then every record after that was fun and interesting, and Southern accents. Lots of great stuff by Tom Petty.
I only have one name that I want to drop about this band, Mike Campbell, the guitarist. Really, really good. Really, really good. You have to remember,
Well, and their keyboardist, too.
Oh, is that true? I
Yeah,
didn't
the
know that.
keyboardist is very good too. But
So-
yeah, Mike Campbell's doing stuff, something knobs, Dirty Knobs or something like that. But he's still out there performing.
He definitely. I think I have a feeling he's joined another band. I don't have that off the top of my head, but I believe he's joined another.
Besides
If
the
he's
Dirty
not,
Knobs? I don't know.
Yeah, well, at any rate, he's an excellent player, and I'm sure.
Let me catch the other guy's name, the keyboardist, see if I can find it here.
All their names are there.
Okay, Beaumont Tench. Yeah, that was it, Beaumont. And Stan Lynch on drums, and Ron Blair, and he had a couple of different guitarists. There was one that had a drug problem. Shocking, isn't it? One of them had a drug problem. But anyway, they're a great band. So that was fun. What you got next? Never heard of them. No, I'm kidding. Iron Butterfly. Yeah. That's a different. I don't think I have that one. No, I don't think I have that.
Well, this is the best.
Best of, yeah. I've got the originals. Yeah, Ingata Davida. Yeah, that was in the Garden of Eden, and they somewhere along the line mumbled the words, and they decided they liked that better. So Indigada La Vida, Da Vida, whatever. It just is a great track.
You said it right. I just looked at it here in the back, and it is in the Gata da Vida.
Da Vida. Well, I think I said La Vida one time. But anyway,
And it's the only hit, really. When they say the best of here, the other titles
yeah, I've
are
got another
completely
Iron Butterfly records
look obscure to me.
that don't have.
You
any
know, when I go
hits on
through,
them.
when there was a day when I used to go through price guides, which we now know, price guides, if you're ever thinking of buying a price guide, they're useless because the price of records goes up, it goes down, it depends on whether one of the members has died or all of them have died, and whether there's been a movie out about them and a book about them or something. So
Yeah,
you
Discogs play
can't
your best
really, you
guess,
really can't tell.
but
And
yeah.
that is availability too. What's available
Right,
on
and
Discogs.
in your area.
Yeah.
Okay,
Boy.
your area they don't have any. Oh, you can get it in Europe. Okay, great.
Now I'm going to do everybody a favor. I'm behind the record.
Iron Maiden. Now, this is your metal. You know, you might think, oh, metal merchants. Oh, sure. Ozzy Osbourne. Iron Maiden's when you're really into the hard rock. You can't question it's a hard rock record if it's Iron Maiden. Definitely a hard rocking band. I never really got into them myself. But for people that like to rock and want to rock hard, Iron Maiden is as hard as it gets. And that's all I really have to say about Iron Maiden.
Well, the first singer, there's been a probably 11 or 12. It's a 6-member band, and the Steve Harris wrote most of the music throughout the band's history.
The bass guitarist.
That's right. And the original
Vocals.
lead singer, I believe, was Steve Diano,
Okay.
who was replaced by Bruce Dickinson.
Yeah.
And everybody believes that when, I think it's vice versa. I think Bruce Dickinson made one of the two. When he joined, that's when the band's popularity just blew up. He became the recognized voice of that group, and they've gone through 3 drummers and only the 2 vocalists, so and they are still performing. They got 4 shows in Britain this year, but they do consider themselves at least semi-retired, because at least as far as their longest drummer, and he recently said enough's enough, and so they know that they're winding it up. So they're not trying to book world tours or don't look for them to come to a city near you.
Well, I with metal bands, they were hard rocking, and oh, my ears are popping or whatever, and I think the audience, as they get older, are not looking for that anymore. When they get to be in their 60s and such, they might be like, that's something a little softer, something I can.
Though Metallica still can sell out like a football stadium.
That's a little later. But
Yeah.
yes.
This is
can.
1975 is the
Yeah.
year that, not this year of this album, but the year they started.
But
It was 1981 that they got the Steve Diano, and when he joined, and the album's with him on it, and I believe this has Steve Diano on it.
But
So
Scorpions is another one that I don't think they sell out of the big arenas as much anymore.
No, they probably don't.
Because they're, I loved them. I loved all the Scorpions and Michael Schenker and all that. But as you get older, it's harder to get people that want to rock really hard and be, looking for the earplugs. Okay.
I do think there's a new generation for it of some size.
Well, hopefully. I mean, that'd be good.
I've certainly run into younger folks that were into heavy metal.
Oh yeah. Okay. James Gang. I don't know this particular record, but I'm a big fan of the James Gang and Joe Walsh. And Can I see this one? I'm just curious. Just because I don't know it, I'm not familiar with it.
This
Cruising Down the
record,
Highway.
this usually sells for $25 to $35.
Yeah.
You know, in good shape and all that.
And you know, the one thing with the Eagles concert was I felt it was Joe Walsh's tunes that were the ones that got you up because they did a lot of ballads, and you know, a whole evening of ballads it can be a little.
Well, especially because they do it in soft light. A lot of that's in soft light.
What's that have to do with anything?
Well, soft light tends to
Oh,
put
well, go
Dizzy to
sleepy.
sleep.
Oh, okay, just turn on the soft lights.
I can tell you, a recent concert was all in soft light, and I thought, these people won't even notice if I conk out.
I remember.
Especially because I can't see anything, and the benefit of being there is I can hear it, and I'm like I can hear it at home then on a record.
Yeah, my a friend a long time ago. This is a long time ago, but he went to go see George Winston because he used to enjoy listening to George Winston, but he forgot that he used to enjoy listening to George Winston right before he was going to bed, and so he went to the concert and fell asleep because
That's what his
that
mind's
music
trained to do.
That's right. All right, what you got next? Roy Orbison and Friends. Oh, they put a vinyl out for that. Yeah, this is the black and white concert where you know Roy Orbison got the best band possible for him. I mean, Bruce Springsteen was there.
Elvis Costello looks to be there. Yeah.
And so it was just an excellent night, and they show that one on PBS every
And
so
he had
often.
Elvis's James Burton on lead guitar as well.
Yeah. Well, that's a
For
good one you
everything.
want to have for sure.
You know, I have everything of Orbison, and I don't want
Everything.
to,
Everything.
Yeah, everything.
Oh my goodness.
And
Went deep. Went deep on it. Let's see that one. Oh, okay. All right.
very best of Roy Orbison.
I don't have that one.
Only the Lonely, Crying,
I might have that one.
It's Over, Candyman, oh Pretty Woman.
Yeah.
Oh man, oh man.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, and we have done auctions on this, people seem to not remember him that well.
Oh, that's too bad.
But you have to remember now, these records, when I show them to you, here's
Yeah, I got that one.
early thing, a Monument.
A Monument. Yeah.
This may be 60, probably no later than 61. And here's the very best on Monument and another album. And that you have to remember, that's 65 years ago.
Yeah.
So if you're born and you're 30 years old, you never experienced this. You're like going.
Well,
Roy
until
who?
he came back, right? He came back, and then he did Traveling Wilburys,
Yeah.
and so
But then
people in
the
the 80s
Traveling
got,
Wilburys
Traveling
again
Wilburys.
didn't have that much following.
Oh, I don't know.
Mm,
Tom Petty,
mm,
Tom Petty, I don't know.
yeah.
I think there was a little following there.
Yeah, a little following.
The Wilbury Twist, I think it was. There
Well,
was
they had
two
an
things.
album from it, and you know, I've had it, and I can tell you that anybody out there want to buy this? Come on.
You know, the other artist I think of when you show Roy Orbison is I think of Fats Domino, another great artist from the 50s and had lots of Blueberry Hill and all those other great songs. But again, he would have, I think, a little trouble selling out a concert later on in life.
This is just more of Roy
Roy
Orbison.
Orbison, yeah, more Roy Orbison.
And I don't think people really understand how deep that discography is of his. But again, it might fall into rockabilly in a way because it had a country following to it originally.
Well, his voice just is so unique, and the way he used it, unique was the word. And those songs, no one else can really cover. I don't think I've heard anyone do well, I guess he did do a duet with
unlike
Katie
Dizzy,
Lang.
he really did need sunglasses because he was nearly blind.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. That was from a fire. He was caught in a home fire and was burned badly, and his eyes suffered.
Did not know that. I know he did a hit also with Katie Lang. He did Crying. He redid the hit Crying with her. And yeah, she did a nice version with him. So there are artists that can do something similar to what Roy Orbison did, but that he was the original, and I don't know how they cracked that one out of the bag the first time he would sing In Dreams or some other tune where he'd go up there, for a guy to just go up into that high range. Unique, great, I enjoyed it. Good one.
But don't put them on your side. Those
Oh,
go over on-
that was
no.
totally a mistake.
Yeah.
I just didn't mean to.
I caught you there.
Yeah.
I saw
Okay.
it.
Yeah. Okay. Is that the end of this one? You got?
You know, if I reach over here, there's nothing left.
Oh, okay.
I'm sad to say. So, we're just going to have to get out of this right
Okay.
now, you know?
I understand.
So
All
I'm
right.
going to say goodbye for today.
And champ
I hope
out.
you're all well. Thanks a lot.
You're the champions.